This is Jordan. He was the first gecko that I accidentally hatched, and he's getting a new home today. I've already got this ready to be put together. I've installed the conversion kit and a fake background, and I also covered the sides of the tank just to try to reduce any stress that might be caused to the gecko going into a new enclosure. And there's going to be 3 of these all side by side for each one of the baby geckos that are going into them, so I don't want them to be able to see each other, so I thought it would help reduce some of the stress of that as well. So I'll probably be doing a video installing one of these conversion kits. I didn't make this, I bought it, and it's fairly easy to install, just takes a little patience. And the background I semi-made. It's actually part of an old background that came with a tank that I purchased that's made out of styrofoam, and I just cut it down to what I needed it to be and covered it with some quickcrete concrete and painted it up and everything. The other 2 enclosures that I'm going to be building, I am going to be doing custom backgrounds for them. Just fairly simple backgrounds, but all 3 of them are going to be different. This one is rock, and I'm going to do, the next one I'm going to try to do a custom bamboo background. So we'll see how that turns out. If it turns out pretty good, then I'll make a video on it. So I've already got everything together, planned out, so y'all don't have to be bored watching me try to figure out how to put this together. I already know how it's going together, so I'm just going to throw it together real quick and be done. So I'm just going to put some paper towel down for substrate, because the geckos are still very young and I'm not willing to chance any impaction. And if you notice, I kept the background up off of the bottom of the tank just in case I want to repurpose this tank when the gecko outgrows it. I can put some substrate down there without the background actually being down in it. I'm using a cork round for a hide, and this is a Exoterra vine, I believe, and I'm actually going to stick one end into the cork round to hold it in place, and the other end I'm going to attach it to the side of the tank with a command hook. If you've seen any of my other videos where I'm putting tanks together, I typically use the command hooks versus suction cups, because the suction cups just don't hold and they fall constantly, and I just hate dealing with them. So this is actually wire tied to the vine, and I'm going to stick it in here and stick it to the side of the tank. This is similar to a snake plant, and my adult geckos each have a live one of these in their enclosure, and they really like sleeping between the leaves. So I happened to find this particular plant at Old Time Pottery, and I think it cost me like $3. So I just drilled a hole in a piece of wood and glued it in there to make it freestanding, and hopefully the baby's gonna like it just as much as my adults do. This is another plant that I found at Old Time Pottery, and I think this one cost me $3 or $4 as well. And again, I'm using a command hook to stick it on the side here. The goal of sticking everything to the side rather than setting it on the bottom is to make the tank easier to clean. So right now, to clean it, all I have to do is take 2 items out and replace the paper towel and wipe down any poo that might be on the leaves of the plants or anything. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to install is this little magnetic feeding ledge that I made. It's just out of styrofoam, and I painted it. And it's just made for the small cups that I use. Okay, I didn't get the plant back as far as I wanted to, so the feeding ledge is going to have to go on this side. And there you go. Let's go get the baby. So here's the baby. Let's see if we can coax him in. He's going the wrong way. Let's give him a little mist. I'm going to add his food and water in. Now we're just going to leave him alone and let him get used to his new surroundings. Thanks for watching.